The U.S. government is calling the coronavirus outbreak a public health emergency. On Friday, a seventh case of the virus was confirmed in the United States. At least 191 other people are being monitored for the disease. In order to limit the spread, anyone traveling to the U.S. from China's Hubei province, where the disease originated, will face a mandatory 14-day quarantine starting Sunday. That's tomorrow. Nearly 200 U.S. citizens evacuated from China are being held at a military base in Southern California. But health officials say the risk of infection is low.
It's the bread and butter. I've talked to you before about the bread and butter of public health is identify people who might be symptomatic or might have the disease, diagnose, isolate, treat, contact trace.
This is the first time in more than 50 years that the federal government has ordered a quarantine.
Chinese health officials said today another 46 people have died from the coronavirus, upping the total now to 259. And the official number of infections is nearly 12,000, making this larger than the SARS outbreak in 2002 and 2003. Millions of people in central China, where the outbreak began, are for the most part confined to their homes, the largest quarantine in human history. Ramy Inocencio is at Beijing's capital airport with the latest. Ramy, good morning.
Good morning. And fears of more infections are playing out in the United States and around the world. The Trump administration says it will now bar foreign nationals entering the United States if they've been here to China in the 14 days before they arrived. Now, direct flights from Beijing, Shanghai, and other Chinese cities are being frozen or cut even more. That's what American, Delta, and United announced on Friday. More European and Asian carriers are doing similar. Now, that's after the World Health Organization declared coronavirus a global health emergency, and after the State Department raised its travel advisory for China to its highest, a level 4, which means do not travel to China. For comparison, that's the same as North Korea, Iran, and Iraq. China's foreign ministry on Twitter implied the U.S.'s ban on anyone having just visited from China was overreacting. Meanwhile, in central China and coronavirus ground zero, more than 50 million people are still on some kind of partial or total lockdown. One of the two hospitals to treat patients is almost finished, but infection numbers keep rising. In a new study, the British medical journal The Lancet estimates that more than 75,000 people were infected last week. Now, if that is true, that would confirm fears that many people already have that Beijing is massively underreporting these numbers. For CBS This Morning, Saturday, Ramy Inocencio, Beijing.
It's just frightening when you hear that idea of the largest quarantine in human history. But times have certainly changed.
Right, we have
part of it. We
the
have
access and ability to
right.
do that, right? But so many people, I think, are afraid that folks will panic. There's certainly an impact on tourism. I know people who were planning to go and aren't now.
You hope there's enough communication between China and the U.S. and everyone else so everyone tries to get on the same page so it can be contained. But yes, it is worrisome right now.